Okay guys, and we're back with another episode of the Seth solo side quest. In this video, it's going to be a quick fallout from Fiziev v Bahamondes from UFC Baku. Was a really good fight in my opinion. Striking for the most part, but both guys are strikers. Ignacio Bahamondes obviously being that viral 6'3" lightweight, and Fiziev, although coming off a 3-fight losing streak, anyone who knows the fight game, anyone that knows MMA, UFC, and anyone who knows high-level striking knows that's exactly what you're going to get with Rafael Fiziev. Really talented operator, and we saw a lot of that talent in this fight against Bahamondes. We saw Fiziev switch it up a lot. We saw him be evasive. We saw him apply pressure, put his punches together, put combos in, work the body, work the head, threaten with kicks as well. And we even saw later on in the fight, Fiziev take Bahamondes down at will. Absolutely at will. And I think Rafael Fiziev won each round in this fight. It was a 3-round fight. I scored it 30-27 Fiziev. And I think all the judges had it the same as me. Bahamondes, just because he lost every round, doesn't mean Bahamondes didn't have his moments though. Ultimately, he didn't have enough of a good enough skill set to beat Rafael Fiziev, especially when it's going to be purely his striking. It's always going to be hard to beat Fiziev purely in the striking. The only person we've really seen do it is the guys who he's lost to be fair. And the two Justin Gaethje losses were very close fights. They were very competitive. I've only heard about the first one. I've only seen the second one, and the second one was very close. I thought Gaethje won the second fight, but it was very close, like I said. So again, there's no shame in losing to Justin Gaethje, particularly in that fashion, in my opinion, right? But Fiziev, again, put on a great performance, good striking, good defense as well, because Bahamondes, a part of the problem for Bahamondes was he was throwing a lot of kicks with no setup and hugely telegraphing them, and for Fiziev, that's his meat and potatoes. Like, he sees that coming all day long and was evasive, and Bahamondes threw a wide range of kicks. He showed that he's capable of doing that. Spinning kicks, head kicks, wheel kicks. To be honest, aesthetically, it's very pleasing to see, right? Because you don't see that many guys throw those sorts of kicks. And Bahamondes was able to do that for pretty much the whole fight. Most guys would get gassed. That being said, he wasn't throwing them effectively, right? They weren't really landing on Fiziev. They weren't doing a ton of damage. And they were basically just for show, right? But it does get me thinking that against a lesser striker, those sorts of kicks probably could land, right? If Bahamondes was throwing those kicks against someone like Paddy Pimblett, they're probably landing, they're probably catching Paddy. To be fair, Paddy's probably taking Bahamondes down pretty easily though. To be fair, he's taking him down pretty easily. But yeah. But Bahamondes, in my opinion, he's still got a future there because of his size. His size alone is always going to make him a problem. His size alone, to be fair, when you're facing one of the best strikers in the division, like Rafael Fiziev, it's going to be hard for you to really showcase your striking. But in his other fights against lesser talent, we've seen Bahamondes put his hands together, put combos together, throw those kicks, land those kicks effectively. So just because Bahamondes couldn't do it against Fiziev, I wouldn't be quick to write Bahamondes off. And I think, like I said, because of his agility, his style and his size, he's still got potential to go on to do something at lightweight, in the lightweight division. I think he's still pretty young. I haven't got his age in front of me, but I think he's one of the younger guys in the division. I think, don't quote me on this. We might be able to pull this up and he's like 37, right? But I think Bahamondes is one of the younger guys, and a good performance from Fiziev. And Fiziev needed a win, man. He needed a win badly. He was on a 3-fight losing streak. And in the UFC, you know, stranger things have happened. They wouldn't have cut Fiziev. Obviously, he's ranked 11. They wouldn't have cut him. But you need to win fights. Do you know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, you're a fighter, you need to win fights. And that's what Fiziev done here. What's next for both guys? Honestly, the lightweight division's in a decent spot. To be fair, I've not got the rankings in front of me. Off the top of my head, the problem with the UFC rankings is that once you get to a certain level, you almost aren't even encouraged to fight anymore. You're sort of encouraged just to wait for a title shot. Right, because in the UFC, unfortunately, guys ranked 4, 5, 6 are able to get title shots nowadays, right? But Bahamondes, I don't believe Bahamondes was ranked going into this fight. If he was, he would have been ranked quite low. I don't think he's in the top 15. So that's a shame for him, but he'll be trying to fight against someone probably in and around that top 15 rankings again, because like I said, he didn't have a bad performance against Fiziev. I think that sort of performance against other guys is good enough to beat them. But Fiziev is just such a high-level striker. It's an awkward position for both guys. But I'll be curious to know what you guys think. How did you score that fight? Do you think Fiziev didn't win by such a big margin? Do you think Ignacio had more success than maybe I'm giving him credit for? But yeah, I'd be curious to know what you guys think of that fight. Let me know in the comments below. And I'm out. Peace.